It was a day like any other, but on NATO's screens in Estonia, something was wrong. A silent alarm. 3 unidentified high-speed contacts, presumed Russian MiG-31s, approaching Estonian airspace. This wasn't just a news alert, it was the opening move in a dangerous game. The command room tensed as 3 red icons streaked toward the border. These weren't lost airliners. Their path was deliberate, a challenge to NATO's invisible line. The MiG-31 Foxbat, a relic, but still one of the fastest interceptors ever built. Russian pilots flew with confidence, believing themselves untouchable. Their Zaslon M radar could burn through jamming, seeing for hundreds of kilometers. They were the hunters, apex predators of the sky. But, in the 21st century, the deadliest hunters are often invisible. Below, life continued as normal, unaware of the drama above. In the cockpits and command centers, a new reality was taking shape. This was the front line of a new conflict, not of bombs and bullets, but of signals and sensors, a war of data streams and electronic ghosts. The world held its breath, even if it didn't know it yet. The MiGs cut through the sky, confident, but watched. The tension was electric. Every second, the stakes grew higher. This was more than provocation. It was a statement at Mach 2.8. The MiGs believed they were unseen, but the real predators were already closing in. The front line had shifted, from steel and speed to information and invisibility. The confrontation brewing would test the very nature of modern warfare. Who truly ruled the skies would soon be decided. The game had begun. The 3 MiG-31s flew in tight formation, ghosts from another era, relics of the Cold War. Their engines left white trails across the stratosphere, their noses pointed at NATO airspace. The Russian pilots were elite, trained for this moment, flying a machine built for dominance. Their mission: fly close, show strength, turn back. The Foxbat could climb to the edge of space, outrun almost any jet. The pilots felt invincible, kings of speed, their radars all-seeing, but their confidence was both weapon and weakness. They played by old rules, not realizing the game had changed. The lead pilot, Berkut, scanned his instruments. Nothing unusual, no threats on radar. Their presence was a message, Russia's might, drawn in the sky. But something was off. The airwaves were eerily silent. No chatter, no electronic noise, just emptiness. Berkut had flown hundreds of sorties, but never experienced such quiet. He dismissed it as atmospheric, unaware it was engineered. The silence was the calm before a digital storm. The MiGs were projecting power, but the real battle was already underway. Their confidence blinded them to the new reality. The world of brute force was giving way to a world of algorithms. The MiGs were about to face a threat they couldn't see or understand. The old kings of the sky were flying into a trap. The rules had changed, and they hadn't noticed. The storm was gathering, just beyond their senses. The Cold War's ghosts were about to be haunted themselves. The sky was no longer theirs alone. The MiG pilots saw nothing, but they were being watched. Hidden in Estonia's forests, passive radar systems listened, using TV and radio signals bouncing off the jets. The MiGs created ripples, tracked and analyzed in real time. Above, satellites watched from orbit, part of a global web of sensors. This was NATO's invisible net. Ground stations, AWACS, ships, satellites, all feeding data to a central hub. AI fused the information, creating a crystal-clear picture of the battle space. The MiGs were the most observed aircraft in the world, their every move predicted. The system flagged their flight as aggressive. The decision to respond was made silently. The response would be electronic, not kinetic. The hunters were about to become the hunted. Modern surveillance is persistent, multi-layered, and invisible. The MiG-31s, with their powerful but dated tech, were like giants stomping through a forest of hidden cameras. Every engine pulse, every radar sweep announced their presence. They were flying into a trap, a cage of information, a cage they couldn't see, hear, or touch. The net was closing. The next move would change everything. Air combat used to be about speed, altitude, and firepower. The MiG-31 was built for that world, a masterpiece of brute force engineering. But warfare has evolved. The battlefield is now electromagnetic as much as physical. Today, the most important battles are fought in the realm of radio waves and data. Dominance is about information, seeing your enemy when they can't see you. Stealth and electronic warfare are the new kings. Enter the F-35 Lightning II, not the fastest, not the highest, but nearly invisible to old radars. Its true power, a flying supercomputer, fusing sensor data into a single picture. The F-35 pilot manages a node in a vast information network. This is a shift from knights in armor to silent assassins. The MiG-31s are the knights, strong, visible, but outdated. The F-35s are the assassins, quiet, unseen, striking at the mind, not the body. The confrontation was set, a clash of generations and philosophies. The old world of brute force versus the new world of information dominance. The outcome would redefine air combat. The sky was about to become a battlefield of algorithms. The future was here. From Lithuania, 2 F-35s lifted into the sky, silent, low, hidden from MiG-31 radar. Their mission, not dogfighting, but observation and bait. Simultaneously, 2 Swedish Gripens took off. Masters of electronic warfare, the Gripens climbed high, ready to manipulate the electromagnetic spectrum. The planned F-35s would passively track the MiGs, relaying targeting data to the Gripens. The Gripens, electronic snipers, would focus their jamming pods on the MiG-31's radars. It was a digital pincer movement, an ambush of data streams. The MiG pilots, oblivious, flew deeper into the invisible cage. Their screens were clear, their threat receivers silent. The routine patrol had escalated into a live fire test of technology and doctrine. NATO wasn't just turning the MiGs away, they were demonstrating total information dominance. The trap was set. The MiGs were about to learn the new rules of air combat. The F-35s and Gripens waited, invisible and ready. The next move would be decisive. The hunters were about to become the prey. The digital battlefield was primed. The ambush was moments away. The moment came with a silent command. The F-35 pilot, callsign Ghost, tapped his display, sending encrypted data to the Gripens. Instantly, the Gripens' jamming pods targeted the MiG-31's radars. This wasn't crude noise, it was surgical. The MiG screens filled with phantom targets. Hundreds of Ghost aircraft swarming from every direction. Burkett's world dissolved into chaos. His radar a blizzard of false contacts. His threat receiver screamed, his comms filled with static. He tried to call his wingmen, only white noise. Blind, deaf, and alone, he banked hard, trying to escape threats that didn't exist. His wingmen, confused, broke formation as their own systems were attacked. The tight trio of apex predators shattered instantly. Each pilot believed they were under attack by an overwhelming force, one that existed only as manipulated data. The hunt was over. The MiGs were defeated without a shot fired. The electronic ambush was total. The sky belonged to the invisible. The lesson was clear. Information is the ultimate weapon. Inside Burkett's cockpit, panic set in. His instruments lied. His radar, once his pride, now his enemy. He was blindfolded at Mach speed, his power useless. Desperate, he rebooted systems, only to see the chaos return, worse than before. The Gripen's electronic attack adapted, trapping him in digital confusion. He couldn't trust his eyes, ears, or instruments. The F-35s watched, invisible, as the MiGs flew erratically, panicked animals fleeing a predator they couldn't see. The F-35 pilots felt only cold, professional satisfaction. They had won by stripping the enemy's ability to understand the world. The MiG-31's strength, speed, and radar had been turned against it. The Russian pilots' confidence was shattered. No longer hunters, they were lost. Their mission, a failure. Their only thought, escape the ghost-filled sky. The message was sent and received. The Baltic sky belonged to those who controlled the spectrum. The age of brute force was over. The new kings were invisible. The chaos lasted less than 2 minutes, but for the MiG pilots, it felt endless. Then, as suddenly as it began, the electronic assault stopped. The sky was empty again, no ghosts, just silence. Burkett contacted his wingmen, their voices strained, shaken. They regrouped, formation loose and wounded. No discussion, no orders. The mission was over. The 3 MiG-31s turned for home, their swagger gone. They'd been defeated by an enemy they never saw. No radar tracks, no visual confirmation. Just minutes of inexplicable terror. Their power was an illusion. The F-35 and Gripen pilots watched the retreat, still invisible. Once the MiGs were clear, the Allied jets turned for home. Mission accomplished, sovereignty enforced, conflict avoided. The message: we see you, even when you cannot see us. Control of the airspace was total. The implications were profound. Modern conflict is won by the smartest, not the fastest. Information dominance is now the ultimate advantage. The battle was for reality itself. The future of warfare had arrived. The Baltic encounter was more than a standoff, it was a glimpse of the future. Wars may soon be won before a shot is fired, by software, not steel. The battlefield is now digital, the line between virus and weapon is blurred. The MiG-31, symbol of industrial power, was defeated by the F-35, symbol of the information age. Processing power triumphed over horsepower. Defense now means secure networks, advanced sensors, and smarter algorithms. Pilots are becoming systems managers, directing flows of information, not just flying jets. The human element is critical, but now augmented by AI. Conflict is faster, more complex, more abstract. The bloodless battle over Estonia sent a loud message: modern warfare is a contest of information. The nation that masters the digital domain will shape the reality of future battles. The future of war is silent, and it's already begun. The sky and the spectrum belong to the invisible.